Hello and welcome back to part 4 of this Let's Get Visible series, exclusively made for the ITT Future You. So I was just reflecting on the last few years and having a look at this gorgeous trophy award that I received from the Institute of Travel and Tourism, the ITT Future You, for their Mentor of the Year. And I was reflecting on this because it was all about making an impact. And as I speak to various different people, whether they're individuals, whether they're students, even whether they're executives at board level, I think impact can sometimes be misinterpreted, misconstrued, misunderstood. And really, to me, when I work with people just like you, with your teams and with you as ambitious individuals, the thing I would love you to know about impact is really making a lasting difference on the life or lives of others, even when you work within the travel industry. It's totally doable, it's totally possible. So today I'm going to talk about the effect of impact and how you know you are making an impact, because it's a bit like beauty being in the eye of the beholder. People who are making real change and real impacts don't often know that they're making an impact. And people who aren't, but maybe they're aspiring to, don't often realize that they aren't making the kind of impact that they want to. And I think what I'm about to share may shine a light on what you can do to either raise your professional visibility in a way that's impactful, or what you could do to help others around you to make more of an impact. So, the biggest myth that I hear around this work of impact is that you have to be on all social media channels, you have to shout, you have to have a loud voice, you have to speak a certain way, sound a certain way, look a certain way, and dress a certain way. So I took a bit of a dare to actually wear my hoodie with iconic on it, but to wear my hoodie when I'm delivering this to you. Because as the saying goes, everyone else is taken, you can only be you. So today I'm going to talk about 3 things to think about when you know that you want to make an impact. Now, this impact could be an impact that you want to make when you're delivering a talk within your organization, where maybe you're delivering a message within your industry, or even this applies to when it's written, when it's recorded, when it's delivered live, face to face, online. One of the things that people often think about, they think a lot about the delivery of making an impact. They might think that they have to do lots of gimmicks. They might have to have slides with lots of whizzy PowerPoint type things. They might even feel the pressure to be funny. So here are 3 things to think about when you're making an impact on the very next thing you do. So if you imagine a nice triangle, on one part of the triangle, everything starts from the mindset. In my definition for you, this is the way that you look at things, the way that you think things should be done, ought to be done. Everything starts from within. Have you ever had to deliver a presentation and you've just felt unbelievably nervous about it? You felt unsure about it. Even though you might have butterflies in your stomach, it's likely that that all came from the way you were thinking about it. So let's look at mindset about in a way that's like the way you were thinking about it. So when you want to make an impact, rather than thinking, I want to be taken seriously, I want to make an impact, go deeper. What will that impact do for the people around you, the person around you, the people at the other side of the screen, the people at the other end of the stage, the people who are reading your communication? What will it do for them? Because impact, whilst it's a great word that many of us can get behind and embrace, behind that impact, there'll be reasons for doing things. Are you the travel business that wants more people to have access to ticketing, for example? Are you the person within travel and tourism that maybe wants people to experience a more organic way of traveling? Maybe you're the person that does a quite traditional role within travel and tourism and hospitality and aviation, and you want to bring it to life, bring it up to date, think about what impact you actually want to make specifically. And if you're playing along with these, pause the video, write it down somewhere that you can go back to it. So then the next piece, after we've thought about the mindset and the way we think about things, one thing that people often forget about is our physiology. Now, imagine that I was broadcasting to you and I had my phone out and I was sitting like this. Now, obviously you can see, because I'm over exaggerating a bit, I've got my phone in my hand, but it's not about what I'm doing. It's about what happens to my physiology. Slumped. Maybe I can't be bothered. Maybe that's what you're looking at. Maybe that's what you're picking up at. And in the Professional Profile Academy, we go a lot deeper than this, because a lot of what we do to make an impact is actually non-verbal. But the secret sauce of making a great impact with our body language isn't just to impress or to impact the people in front of us or around us. We can use it in ways that help us to bolster the idea of what it is that we want to be sharing. It can help us to feel like we will be taken seriously. It can help us to feel even more confident about the message we share. It can help us to convey credibility and gravitas. And you can actually use body language for yourself to help you to do that. So then the next piece, remember I said the triangle. So the first piece was around the mindset and how we think about things. The second piece was around the physiology and how we are within our body language, and what we convey to other people. And then the third bit will be our inner dialogue. Think about something that you're great at. Just sit there for a moment. Think about what's great about it. And as you replay it in your mind, you'll actually hear some words as well. You won't have heard these before, but when you do this weird and wacky exercise, you'll start to say to yourself, yeah, I don't know, I love traveling. I feel a sense of freedom. I like meeting people. I like speaking to people. I like the sun. I like the cold weather. I like to ski. I like to dive. I like to do the things, absorb the culture, eat the food. You'll actually hear what your dialogue tells you. And this is exactly the same when we're making an impact. Unfortunately, for some unknown reason, when we're making or trying to make an impact and there are things about it that we don't like, the negative internal dialogue is often much louder. It's what we hear. Don't want to speak on stage. I'll just forget all of my words. I don't like presenting in meetings or coming up with ideas because I go red in the face. I get breathy as I speak. It makes me feel nervous. People will think that I'm being a show off, or they will, they'll think I'm being pushy. All of that starts with an internal dialogue. So next time you want to make an impact, remember to think about the mindset, i.e. the way you think about it, your physiology. Are you owning it and honing what you do? Or are you sitting in a little ball and not feeling your best self? And pay attention to what goes through your mind. It's actually easy to not only just reverse what's going on in your internal dialogue, but to change it up a bit. And if you ever notice people that you admire, you like, who make a great impact in the world, it's likely that they're doing all of these three things in a way that serves them to make a positive impact. And for a high percentage of people, they don't even realize that's what they're doing. So if you find yourself feeling stuck, feeling stretched, feeling a bit shy, feeling like nobody takes you seriously, feeling like you need to be even more credible than you were yesterday, then pay attention to those three things. And if you work with a team of people who need help with this, or who are doing really well, but they want to do even better, let's not try to Google everything over the internet. Speak to somebody like myself or like the ITT Future You, who'll be able to point you in the right direction for the best people to come and speak to your team. Hopefully helpful. I hope this not only motivates you on a Monday, but all the way through the week. Thank you for listening. Until next week, bye for now. And remember to subscribe to this channel. Bye for now.